Hey guys, Tbo2 here, back with another episode of my TARDIS tutorial. Today I wanted to go over a feature which I don't think anyone's asked for really, which is interesting. I think it's an interesting feature. I just didn't know how I would implement it basically. But last week's feature, the interior switching, kind of gave me this idea of like how to kind of implement this. So say, for example, in the Dalek mod, for example, with the TARDIS in that, you can open the door from the outside, and here, I use the key to get in, but it isn't really opening the door necessarily. There's no change in the model. But with that, the door opens, and you get a look at the inside of the TARDIS. You can see it from the outside in an effect called Bigger on the Inside. And yeah, hard to add with falling sand, but I did add something kind of similar. So if I come in here and look back outside, from the inside, I can see the outside, kind of. You can kind of tell it's fake because of the concrete I use for the walls and the sea lanterns in the ceiling, but I mean, it's not a bad effect, and when you walk out, here we are. So the idea is there. And if we were to go somewhere else, it would actually change. So now we're obviously in the time vortex, so just like normal, it switches to that kind of vortexy look. And then we go over here, whoops, wrong button, and just set our exterior somewhere. How about this ravine? Why not? And we just materialize, unlock, and of course automatically sets the chameleon circuit. Anyway, point is, look outside, look at that, there's stone out there. I walk out, oh, face full of stone, but sure enough, we're in the ravine with some stone, so yeah. So next, let's just show you one last time. We'll go somewhere else. Yeah, I'll show you the swamp real quick. Show you what that looks like. See, the fake sky is back, and yeah, lily pad looks like it broke there, but you got the water, the lily pads. So yeah, it really does kind of look like the terrain of the swamp. And if we go one last time, I just want to show you real quick. The nether and the end don't work very well, but they're a little glitchy, but this woodland mansion works, and as you can see, you can kind of see the library from the mansion right there. And if we walk out, the unfortunate thing about this though is that, yeah, we're not in the library of the mansion. The library's got to be around one of these corners. Here it is. So yeah, you can kind of see that the chameleon circuit isn't, or not chameleon circuit, the I guess you'd call this smaller on the outside feature. It isn't perfect. It kind of does things in the wrong order, not really facing the right direction really. But that's okay. I think it's like the idea that counts. So let's go one last time, and then I'll show you how this works. So, like I said, the end and the nether don't really work. Yeah, let's go to the spawn. I'll show you something with that real quick. So we look out, and yeah, it's a little bit off because you can see the what happened in that corner. That's a bit weird. Oh, because the yeah, it's not perfect, but you can see the thing is over there. And if we walk out though, it's right there. So yeah, you can tell that the positioning of stuff and just the direction of it all is a teeny bit wrong, but it's still, I think, a cool concept that works quite well for what it is. So let's show you how that works. Okay, so we go in the materialization control, and is actually controlled by down here. So it's in this corner here. It's just this, so not really a ton of stuff goes into this. We start with this, another one of these AND gates, which I've been using a lot of lately, and it's looking for both of these two things to be turned off and, okay, to be turned on, I guess. So it's looking for both of these to be on, and what are they? Well, this is if the dematerialization lever is false, whether it's like not powered. So basically when we've rematerialized, and just to like emphasize that, we also have execute if the TARDIS is called TARDIS. So if it's materialized, basically, is when this gets activated. So if both those are on, this torch turns on, and it first turns on this, which execute at the TARDIS, run, clone, just a basic area around it pretty much, and then clone it to the position of right outside that door in the console room. So, and obviously it's a similar concept if you need it explained as the last episode with the clone command. So if you need better explanation, probably check that out. And then I put a repeater just so that it delays a little bit to do this next, which fills an okay sized chunk of that area with air, just to make sure that no blocks end up too close to the door itself and basically block your exit. But doing that actually also will destroy the pressure plate outside the door that teleports you outside, and that's basically what this is. And so this just clones this replica of it into its proper position behind the door. And that's really all there is to that. So right now, this is the area that we clone it into, obviously within the bounds of the blue concrete. And so what we are doing is when we dematerialize, which I will do now. Okay, so now we're dematerialized, and I'm just going to show you real quick that if we break this, everything pretty much is still here, because the Foley pads are broken. But everything's still here, pretty normal. I didn't bother putting blue on this side, but you can see my point. Everything looks kind of like you'd expect, I guess. Need to fill that in at some point just so that dirt's not showing. Point is, I'll leave that open for now because what we're going to do now is just choose a location. So let's just say we go to the ravine. How about? That would be a good example. So right now nothing has changed still until we materialize, and that's what that AND gate was looking for. So we materialize, and before we've even opened the door, okay, I guess we need to unlock the door too, just so that the TARDIS is actually called TARDIS, and that will update the outside here. And as you can see, it's just basically thrown a giant chunk into here, because as I said, it doesn't really do directions very well. So this is not really the ravine itself, it's just a chunk of stone and ores in the ravine. But I mean, it still gives off the effect, and because this isn't really in the ravine itself, it actually like filled up all this stone all the way up to the door, to where you basically couldn't even step on this pressure plate because there's so much stone, and it might have even destroyed the pressure plate. So that's why I put in the command to fill basically this area with air, and then replace the pressure plate for stuff like that. So yeah, one thing I actually want to try real quick, this actually sounds quite interesting, is what if I were to use the manual flight mode? I haven't actually tried this. What if I fly to somewhere the TARDIS hasn't really gone yet? So like here, or at least isn't a set location. So let's see what happens now, I wonder. So we unlock it, and it should update our image out here. Yes, it did with the sand. So yeah, that's pretty cool. One thing I may do... Oh, there's the TARDIS. It's disguised as a cactus. Okay, so one thing I might do is make it to where when it's night, it will replace the blue concrete with black concrete, and I probably won't make a tutorial for that, but if I did do something like that, it would be as simple as just making a command that fills those areas with black concrete, and when it is day, fills it with blue. So that would be quite simple. I'd probably leave the sea lanterns there, was kind of my idea, but yeah. So this is kind of my TARDIS bigger on the inside slash smaller on the outside effect idea. So yeah, I guess just tell me what you all think of this. So yeah, this has been my video on the smaller on the outside effect for the TARDIS. I have been Tebow2. Be sure to subscribe, follow my Instagram, Tebow2YT. That is all for this episode. Till the next one, goodbye.